Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 1. We'll explain how to balance between organization and academics on the Polytechnic STTT Bandung. Let me introduce our group. My name is Alicia Jefra Maliana, and also my friends are Ahmad Wildan Firdaus, Aulia Raisa, Luluah Nurul Hasna, Lutfi Ibrahim, Muhammad Al-Zikri Andrian, and Mutiara Nur Suciani. And we are from 1K3.
As a student, especially a new student, you must be confused about whether to join an organization or not. There must be many who think that the organization will interfere with lectures and are afraid of not being able to balance it. But keep in mind, friends, that joining the organization is a choice. If we already feel that we have enough experience in the organization or we are studying while working, we don't join the organization, it won't be a problem as long as we have our own goals. But if you still feel that you need more experience or afraid that the lecture is boring, then you want to decide to join the organization but are afraid of interfering with the lecture. Well, we have tips here. How to balance organization and academics at Bandung Polytechnic College of Textile Technology.
The most important thing we need to do is make a priority list. Why is that? Because the priority list helps us distinguish between one need and another. That's why we can know which one is more important. For example, next week we have UTS, but there is a Himakit assignment. Now it's clear that we have to study first. Then when it's finished, we can do other tasks.
Here are the steps to prioritize. First, make a list of tasks or goals. Start by listing all the tasks or goals that you want or need to accomplish. Don't think about the order first, just collect them all. Secondly, group by time or category. If there are multiple tasks that require certain resource or time, group similar tasks together. This can help complete tasks more efficiently. Third, order the tasks from the priority scale created. After rating or categorizing the tasks, rank them in order from highest priority to lowest. This order should reflect the tasks that will have the most positive impact or have the closest deadlines. 4. Evaluate and adjust periodically. Prioritization scales may change over time or as situations change, so it's important to periodically re-evaluate and adjust priorities to keep them relevant to your needs.
Time management. Good time management helps us not to get busy with our activities. We have to arrange our activities every time. For example, we use downtime to study, morning to afternoon for lecture, and afternoon to evening we can use it to do organizational tasks or rest. So organized time can make ourselves less stressed because we don't know what to do with so many tasks. Do it at the beginning. This is it. We must be able to fight our laziness. It's hard, but this method can give us a lot of free time to do other activities or relax after our assignments are done.
Focus on the place when you're in college. It's time to focus on learning. And when you're in an organization, it's time to focus on doing activities related to the organization. This allows us to quickly understand and not clash with one another.
Focus can be hard to maintain, especially with so many distractions around us. Here are some tips to help improve focus. 1. Set clear goals. Start by defining what you want to achieve, even if it's just a small task. Making a daily to-do list can help. 2. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After a few sessions, take long breaks. This technique helps the brain focus for a short but intense amount of time. 3. Remove distraction. Turn off phone notifications, stay away from social media, and if necessary, use a site or notification block app. Activity evaluation. Finally, after we have done it for 1 week, we must know what we are struggling with, what we have to change, what we have to priority for the next week.
Self-evaluation is an important step to understanding your strength, weakness, and potential for self-development. Here are some practical steps to do so. 1. Set clear goals. Start by setting specific goals that you want to achieve, both in the short and long term. Knowing what you want to achieve will make it easier to evaluate whether you are approaching or achieving those goals. 2. Do daily or weekly reflection. Take time at the end of the day or week to review your activities, achievements, and objectives. Ask yourself what went well and what can be improved. 3. Ask others for feedback. Sometimes we need an internal perspective. Ask the opinion of people you trust, such as friends, family, or coworkers. Their input can provide insight that you may have missed. 4. Use the SWOT method. Strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. Identify your strength and weakness, opportunity for growth, and threats. This is a simple way to understand your position and potential for development. 5. Record achievement and challenge. Make a note of what you have achieved and the challenge you have faced. This can provide a picture of your development over time and can be a reference for future improvement.
6. Identify patterns and habits. Observe your habits, both those that support and those that hinder you. 7. Establish development areas. After looking at the evaluation results, choose 1 or 2 areas that you want to improve. 8. Create an improvement plan and new goals. Based on your evaluation, create a plan to improve yourself. 9. Monitor progress periodically. Conduct regular self-evaluation to monitor progress. 10. Celebrate progress no matter how small. Don't forget to appreciate every progress, no matter how small. This will increase your motivation to keep improving. Self-evaluation requires an openness to accepting shortcomings and mistakes, but also a belief that there is always room to get better. Periodic evaluation can help you to continue to develop according to your potential and desired goals.
Join organization on campus can provide benefits such as honing leadership skill, public speaking, problem solving, teamwork, and administrative skill, all of which we don't get from college. Why is it all necessary? Because all students are given the same lecture, the same knowledge, and when we enter the world of work, that will determine whether or not we are worthy of being chosen is from the organization experience at the campus that we have.
And that the tips on how to balance organization and academic at the STTT Polytechnic Campus Bandung. Hopefully the tips we provide can be helpful and useful. I, Lutfi Ibrahim, as a representative of Group 1 said goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.